So we've cut through, we've got abuse tactics. I think you and I were talking that off camera, Cyril wanted us to come back, and it seems like what he wants is we either need to get out of the Joey business, which we're attached to Joey,
Yeah.
or we need to learn quickly these tactics that he's giving. And if Cyril's going to be teaching us, what do you think? I mean, would Cyril start with, you can either learn this or give me Joey and get out of this?
Yeah. And Phoenix does not want to give it.
Okay.
I do not want to give it to you.
Got it.
Give Joey to you, Cyril. We really like the little guy. We have a relationship with, well, she wouldn't say relationship.
She might.
We talk, and our hearts kind of like him.
I like that.
Yeah.
So you feel like you've got this heart connection with Joey, which Cyril probably would not understand. I don't think he would have a connection to a technological robot.
And she's just playing it sort of down. We kind of like him when they really like him.
Got it.
Yeah.
And he says, that's my point. If you're not going to get out of the game, then you got to learn how these things work.
Okay.
Because I think he says, because I kind of like you guys, almost like the way we like Joey. He's basically the same way you won't get out of the Joey business. He doesn't want to get out of the Phoenix Crown business.
Protecting Phoenix and Crown.
I believe that's a good way to connect into Cyril. There are feelings that Phoenix and Crown have towards Joey, which is kind of a mother-hen kind of thing, the way we got him in the fort and the way we kind of like him. Take that same thing and flip it. That's Cyril to us. But Cyril's kind of drinks too much, seen too much, knows too much. And we're not getting out of the game. And now he's in the game on the wrong side, probably, if he's siding with us. I like it.
I'd like to go back to the statement of mother hen. I don't think it's necessarily like that. I think it's like kids have for dogs. You know, they really love their dogs.
Okay.
And so it becomes an extension of themselves too.
True.
The dog. And
well, I like how Cyril, what if his connection, we've said it's going to mirror, so what if that's almost how his connection is to us? I don't think he's ever had kids.
Yeah.
But it might be that his connection to us is kind of like our connection to Joey, like a dog.
Yeah.
He cares about us.
That they really love.
Right. And I think I think it helps me as the player to understand Cyril sees us like we see Joey. Even if it's just...
I think he does.
Okay.
Because otherwise everybody else is a mess.
Right. Yeah.
He doesn't
I like that.
He doesn't trust anybody else.
The innocence of Joey that the kids respond to might be the innocence of the kids that Cyril responds to.
Way to focus.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
good.
that.
And, okay, all right. So we're not willing to get rid of Joey. I think Crown's just shaking his head no.
And Cyril's not willing to let us go unprotected.
Okay. So I think Crown says, tell me more about that 6 thing.
Okay.
All right. So give me a couple just buzzwords. What would be Cyril's safety points in general? You don't have to know tradecraft, just like what would Cyril want Phoenix and Crown to do? We already know we're supposed to watch our tail.
Make sure nobody sees him with Joey.
Okay, so
because
Joey, Joey remains secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
so
wasn't there a wanted?
there is
for the
like
object?
$10,000.
Yeah,
so Joey has to remain secret. What else would Cyril want?
Them to be much more alert on what they're doing.
Okay.
Not just.
Oh, so that's good. He wants us to stay safe, right? So he wants us, or I'll say kids, safe by being alert.
Yeah.
Because we're not willing to get rid of Joey.
Yeah.
So Okay. And then one other thing we could roll for. Do you have an idea? I just like threes. There's one other thing he wants that we can just say that was the discussion. What else? Is there anything else that comes to mind, or I'll roll for it?
What about you? Do you have anything?
Of Crown? I think Crown is eating it up. I think Crown loves this, how you're everything here is traps. Yeah, it's traps and check your six. And we're going to be taking multiple routes home. I think I'm loving it. But it's almost like Cowboys and Indians for Crown. Like it's in the 80s. And he's kind of like, this is exciting. This is Dungeons and Dragons roleplay in the 80s. So I think he's loving it. But let's get one more thing. So Ciro wants, let me make a note. Ciro wants Joey to remain secret, the kids safe by being alert, and let's just do a random. Go ahead and give me a random roll. The last thing he wants, so this could be off the wall, or maybe it'll fit.
30.
So 30 even is break. I don't know what that means. And then roll again. That's action subject. 9. So evil. Wow, that is huge. His last thing is break evil. So that means, that means we're in a struggle against evil.
Evil.
Wow, that's actually really heavy. And that comes out of this.
Yeah.
So Joey remains secret. We can't mess that up. Kids have to stay safe by being alert and break evil. I like it. So I would imagine we have this conversation where he covers these 3 topics in a little more detail. I even think he probably fries up some hash browns because this is breakfast.
And some Spam.
Okay, throws a little Spam in there. Canned Spam is good. Cubes it in, throws it in there. I think I've got I think he would be sloshing this down with the cheap beer. Clearly he's not going to give that to us. And I would imagine he gives us some kind of soda that he would have. Because we can't, but I mean soda. And I'm like, soda before lunch? Cool. What would the soda be? What would Ciro have? Does he have ginger ale? Because it mixes,
he'd have ginger ale.
Because it's a mixture with a bourbon or something.
But he'd also have some cream soda and root beer from his childhood.
All right. I can tell right off the bat, Crown wants root beer. I think I would love the root beer, especially with the heavy talk of breaking evil.
And Phoenix wants the cream soda.
Cream soda it is. All right, so you're drinking that. We know we're going through. He's making hash browns. He's got some Spam in there that's frying up. We're drinking soda. He's 10 a.m. drinking some cheap beer. He's going over tips is all we need to know, is because now we can probably even pull this off of maybe some of our notes that we've got. We're going to keep Joey secret. We are going to be more safe and alert. So we're going to be way more conscious of our surrounding. And then breaking evil. Would this have, he's focusing our attention on a very large thing that we're going to be doing. We are breaking or disrupting evil.
The Russian signature.
Oh, yeah. We had the cryptic or whatever, which was on, and then he said that's fake Russian.
Yeah. So the anti-Russian thing was very big then. Break evil would be, part of it would be...
Like a Russian scare? The Red Scare?
That. But also that the Russians are trying to get the dam, Hoover Dam.
Right. Is it the Russians, though? Because he had said that was fake. They were using them as remember that was that whole, the cryptic stuff's to make it look Russian. That's not Russian. That's a hoax, is what he was saying. And then he works for this group. So we can leave it as just break evil is our goal.
Okay, I don't think we
Yeah,
know
I
too
don't
much
think
what
he
that
would
is. Yeah.
tell us like this organization does this.
Okay,
This
no.
does that. We
And
just
they wouldn't even want to know that.
right. And I would think he would just realize that, okay, you're on the side. We as kids and Ciro are on the side of good.
Yeah.
And we're going to break evil.
We're not going to let those guys get by with it.
And they can't have Joey, which is a good thing. And you know that's good, that Joey's good. Ciro's now come in on the good side. So in the ultimate battle against good and evil, we're on good.
Yeah.
All right, so we have that gist. So our lunch is Ciro's breakfast. I'm not sure I'm liking the fried Spam with the hash browns. Very greasy
he
kind
loves
of.
it.
Right, he loves it. But Crown is kind of like, I've never quite had breakfast like that, or lunch.
And Phoenix, she just takes a little polite helping of
Okay,
each.
got it. But I love the root beer.
And she enjoys that cream soda.
Got it. So we picked up what we can make a note of on your sheet down here if you want, in the notes. Like I have in my notes that we have a map of Boulder City, the surrounding area, and we have an odd glowing golf ball. I think we also have an understanding that we are here to break evil. All right. I think this has been pretty heavy.
Yeah,
I am curious. So one, we've got that. I think we've been schooled on checking our surroundings. So now as we're moving, just something to remember, we will do some things as we travel to be a little more aware of our surroundings. I think that's what we've gained out of this. Obviously, I think Ciro's shop is going to be like a location we'll return to often. And if he's enlisted us or we've enlisted him into our break evil, then we are going to have to take some more steps against whatever this plot on the Hoover Dam was.
I think we're really enlisted.
Yeah, okay.
And
So we're gonna-
invested.
How
Kids
would, so we know that just generally that Joey ran off because he had information on a plan of blowing up the Hoover Dam. From a kid's perspective, again, I'm thinking like E.T. or something, we've got to find an ally, probably from the government side, that is working against those plans. And then, now we've got powerful allies. So, I mean, you know what I'm
But
saying?
which one would be?
I don't know. And therein lies.
Those two guys or Gunderson?
I know. And as Gunderson, it seems like Ciro, should we ask Ciro maybe before we close down this session with Ciro? Do we ask him like yes, no questions of can we trust Gunderson? Can we trust who, are there some yes, no questions you would think about?
Okay.
Okay. So
We should ask Cyril permission first if we can ask him. So
Okay.
there's no question.
all right, so let's see. Is he even, do you want to just do 50-50? How about you roll 50 or less? He's open for us to ask him a bunch of questions. Oh, he's not. So 50 or lower would have been a yes. He's like, save your questions for another day,
Okay.
which is good because maybe you can think of and I'll brainstorm some things that we would maybe want to ask him. The only thing I can think of off the top of my head would be we are looking for allies, so Gunderson. So that'll be another day. I like that. Is there anything else before we leave that you would want to do in regards to Ciro?
It's really weird that we don't know what he wants us to keep safe from.
Right. We could ask, I think, I could imagine if I was sharing stuff with a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old, I don't know if I would say FBI agent Billy Smith is terrible. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it would be that overt. What do you think? What are you thinking?
I think we'd ask him that question, and I know what he'd say.
Okay.
Look at what you told me about those three guys. two of them with the car, and Gunderson you kept bumping into, and you think maybe he blew up the boat for the race with a drone. And I said, and you're asking me, what do you want me to keep safe?
And I think at the same time, he would be saying, like, I mean, he already scared us with, I could tell you things that you would sleep with the lights on. Yeah. And I think he's like, I don't want to scare you guys again. So how about that?
Because, that's a good one.
All right. Because he started to tell us, and then I freaked out so much he did the fart noise with his pit.
Yeah.
So I think he's like, you're not ready. I don't want to have you guys sleeping with the lights on. I think that's really good. Okay. I like that. I think there's stuff there that he could probably lay out, but clearly he recognized that we weren't ready.
And that fits in with the safe questions for another day.
Right. And I think if he were to tell us everything he knew, he can barely handle it. And he's like a grown man who's all messed up.
Yeah.
So to just unload that on us would probably wreck us.
Well, we wouldn't want to know all of it
at
one time.
So I like that.
Yeah.
So again, on the caring side, he's not telling us stuff for our own safety, but he's trying to give us these big things of keep Joey secret, kids safe by being alert, and break evil. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But that's the part that kind of...
Right. How do you break evil?
Yeah.
So far, he's like, just do the first two things, and we'll work on the breaking of evil.
That's good.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then think of other stuff, because I like the idea that his place and him will now be a touchstone as we move around.
Yeah. Instead of the cemetery.
Yes.
It's free.
Now, if we want to break this scene... I think we would need a break. Do we go back to the tree that has the magical things, or do we go see Joey, or do you want to go do something totally? We could go hunt golf balls. So we could go, because Saturday's got to be coming, and I think in the future, even the people viewing have to see us back at the flea market. Right. The 80s flea market was a ball. And I think we would be ready. Maybe tomorrow, which would be the next time you're over, we'll go to the flea market and sell more golf balls. Do you want to go find some more golf balls before we end this session?
I think I want to go back to our tree.
Okay. So
I want to go back and just relax and see what happens there. And maybe nothing will happen. You know, I just want to go and relax at our tree. Okay.
Perfect. So we're going to do that. As we leave, Ciro's watching. And I think I do this several times while we're still in his view. I look back, and I'm checking my 6 almost too much.
You turn around.
To the point, I do want to check. We haven't done any checks. I want to check and see, do I crash my new bicycle?
Oh.
I know, I'm not saying I'm going to destroy it, but I'm doing so much of this that I think I might lose control of the bicycle.
So they've said goodbye to Ciro. And
I think he's watching, and I'm immediately, and I'm looking back at him and making sure he realizes we're checking our 6. So I will roll on this one.
Phoenix says,
let me do the roll.
What the heck are you doing, Brown? And you tell her.
Yeah, so this is going to be, I think, body, which I only have 2 dice for body. And then if I am also, I'm doing move, even though I'm on the vehicle, so it's 3. Jeez. So, yes, not too good. Remember, I need a 6 from this. And I am, is there anything else? I think it's just got to be move. I don't think there's anything else. So
just trying to get to the
I do have, being a 5-year-old, I have some luck deals.
10-year-old.
10-year-old, sorry. As a 10-year-old, I have 5 luck rolls. If something goes wrong, I'm going to use one of those luck rolls in order to just barely catch my bike so I don't wreck it. So I need a 6. Ooh, I got a 6. Bunch of 5. So as I'm checking my 6, I darn near like lose it. And I just barely kind of recover it. And Phoenix says,
what the heck are you
I'm checking my 6, Phoenix. Checking the 6.
Ah, knock it off.
I'm a little wired. I'm like, but you got to check. And you're like, not so much.
Let's just go forward, Crown.
God, I think Ciro yells out, you still got to keep it in the road, boy. because I just about, so that's good. I need to tail it down a little bit. But I do say we gotta double back a couple times before we go to the tree.
All right.
All right.
That's
so
the deal.
do we pick up, why don't you roll on this? I think 50-50. Do we pick up anything that looks suspicious as we start to use some of the training that Ciro just gave us? 50 or less, we've picked up somebody's following us, which would be weird. Ooh, 78. Nope. So we double back,
Clear.
we check our route. Looks good.
Clear.
Yes.
All clear.
We hit the tree. We climb up the tree. What are you looking for? That's fine.
No.
55 is fine. It's a no, but rolling's fun. Did you have something you wanted to roll on? Rolling's good. I thought maybe you had something going on. Did you wreck your bike? That was good. Regular rolling is good. 55. 55 would be a random event, which I track our random events, but that was just a fun roll, or did you have something in mind?
No.
Okay. You can have it. Trust me. I've rolled before and then I didn't verbalize. I'm like, I was thinking this. All right. Just because that would be a random event, but we don't need to do the random event. We climb up the tree. We do know that this tree, so this is in a cemetery in Boulder City. It's got a nice tree. And when we were up there very early on, there was like a part of the tree that would actually, oddly, give us these messages, short messages. You wanted to go there. It's a relaxing place. It's in a cemetery. It's calming. Nobody knows we're up there other than our bikes are probably hidden around the base. We're relaxing in the tree.
Everything's at peace.
I like that. There's nothing going on. I think we just hear the birds chirping and we hear nature and being up in this tree. Nobody knows we're there.
And we know we did the right thing by hiding the bikes.
Perfect. And
normally we don't. We just park right down.
We're relaxed. And I think it's even a point where if we had any stress or conditions, which we don't, we would have fully, but it's a nice, relaxing environment. On top of the heavy stuff that we've learned from Ciro. Good. I think that's a good place to end that session. But before we leave, just for next time, what do you think we would do from this point next time? What was it?
Go to the golf course.
All right, I like it. So you do want to, that's good, I forgot.
You know?
So go find some golf balls.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like that. That's a good place to start. Get golf balls. And that's because we're getting ready for the Saturday flea market where we sell them.
And we need a change of pace.
We do. The flea market was a blast when we were there. I felt like we literally visited a flea market. All right, so what we do next time is we're going to go swimming for golf balls, and then depending on our next session, unless something crazy or wild happens, we will then end up going to the flea market just to buy stuff and experience an 80s flea market. I love it.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.